The following presentation is for mature audiences only.
Who are you?
He's a fine man.
All hell is broken loose.
He's a great broadcaster.
He's a very powerful guy. Absolutely brilliant.
Feared by men, adored by women.
He's a smart boy.
It's patriotic.
It's no big deal.
It's the end of the world.
I might as well tell you now. He's a monkey.
And how you doing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Welcome into another edition of The Wyldeside with Eric Clark. I am your host, Eric Clark, saying thank you for taking time out of your busy day to give my video a watch and a listen. Make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification button for the live stream. Smash the like button for the algorithm. If you have a band, song, video, something you'd like me to check out, the best place to get your suggestion to me is over at the Discord server. Left-hand side, you'll see a tab, YouTube reaction request. Drop a link, a brief description of your suggestion, and I will get to it when I can. TLDR. Let's avoid that. Too long, didn't read, okay? Brief description, link to your band. I'll get to it when I can. Thank you to Connect 200 Music to see and Aunt Betty's Nut Butter. Somebody jumped on a live stream and said, hey, man, get back on BandMaid. So today we are back with BandMaid. This is from their, I believe it's their 10th anniversary final show. The final show of their 10th anniversary tour, recorded in November of 2023. It's a track called Unleash. It is BandMaid. Wyldeside. Let's check it out. There we go. You are welcome. Thank you. Nice. That is BandMaid with Unleash Live 2023. I believe that was November of 2023 here on the Wild Side. Perfectly controlled chaos is what that is. That is perfectly controlled chaos. Unbelievable how much is going on here. A lot to strip through. When I have all of the layers going on in my head, each layer is so active. A lot of times in a lot of songs, layers take turns. There's an ebb and a flow within the track itself where guitars are kind of laid back while this does. I think you know what I'm saying. I think you're smarter than the average bear. So in this track here, what I really find appealing, what's most attractive to me, is the controlled chaos in each layer, and yet within that layer, the chaos is confined. It doesn't make sense, but it makes sense in my head, and that's all that matters. So there's a lot going on in each layer. The guitars, both guitars, the bass, dude, the drums, the vocals, everything is happening in a maelstrom, but it's controlled, and it's layered so well that the only thing that really feels out of control in the track is you feeling you need to keep up with it. And that's what makes a great metal song, or whatever you want to call it. Look, what I'm hearing in this track is the evolution of influence. So you have these influences that create the modernity. The modernity is BandMaid. I don't like labels. I'm not a fan of labels, especially in music. If it rocks, it rocks. It's that simple. So I don't like breaking everything down. But what you're hearing here is a great evolution of like new punk, kind of Boss Hog, Green Day, Pennywise kind of a vibe, with some Primus and Chili Peppers thrown in there. And because of Psyche's vocals, there's this really good Riot Girl vibe. Riot Girl vibe, I know that it became a thing, but prior to it becoming a thing, it was a disposition. It was Veruca Salt, L7, Luscious Jackson, that kind of, 90s rock. And you're hearing the modernity of that influence. So what you're getting now through BandMaid is this wonderful, clean freshness of all of that influence. So you're connected to the music through the influence, but their ability to layer that controlled chaos so well brings this bright shine to the overall composition. The bass line in this track sounds, what's the word I'm looking for? It sounds pneumatic. So normally that sound would come from a drum. It's going to come from a drum. Tommy Lee of Motley Crue, I believe, is the real. He's the one who popularized the pneumatic industrial sound, right? Like a ball peen hammer hitting an anvil. That sound is normally that attitude, that atmosphere is usually created by the drums. I'm hearing it created here. This pneumatic drive that is really the foundation of the track, because the track, most music is based on drum and bass. Those are your bridge builders, those are your gap fillers. The drum and the bass are the impetus of most rock songs. But here in this track, and what I love about BandMaid is that everybody allows everybody to be lead dog, if that makes sense, on a sled team. Each one, in songs that I hear throughout my experiences with the band, everybody is allowed to breathe. Everybody is allowed to be showcased. So nothing is dominating, yet this is a very dominant performance. If that, hopefully, again, makes the connection for you. The drums in this track, the thing about the drums with Akane and the way she does it is this really, and I'm seeing it coming out of that area as well in other sounds, It sounds off, but it's not. You sound off. It sounds off, but no, you realize you are the one who's been been conditioned by other drummers to follow a certain cadence, to follow a certain pattern, to follow a certain rhythm. And when you're hearing Akane play these drums, you're hearing this almost a jazz improvisational method of, I'm going to do this for this section, and then I'm going to do this for this section, and then I'm going to do this for this section. All three of these things are different. They're different methods, they're different styles, they're different, all of that. But I'm going to make them make sense. And again, it just goes to show the level of expertise, proficiency, and brilliance of these young ladies in their musicianship. It's just incredible the way that they're capable of layering these tones and colors that normally you wouldn't think would blend as well as they do, and they come through with such a plum and such grace. And that's something else I wanted to discuss, at least mention quickly, is this aw shucks. So here in Nashville, I developed this idea long time ago that when you start talking about great guitar players, great musicians, sometimes country musicians, bluegrass musicians are left out of these discussions. And I think it has a lot to do with appearances. So when you watch Roy Clark, Ry Cooder, Jerry Reed play their guitar, they have this really aw shucks look on their face. Like, I'm just picking and grinning kind of a thing. And you're caught up in that. You're like, oh, okay, this person's super relaxed. They're super confident. They're super comfortable. They make it look so easy that it makes you believe that what they're doing is easy, right? And you're like, no, dude, no. These ladies have so much fun. There is so much positive energy coming through themselves and each other in the mix that it becomes this added instrument. Their joy, their happiness, their love and passion for what they're doing, not just for you, the audience, but with each other. They're in a pocket. They are in a groove. They are vibing together. They have rehearsed. They've sweat. They've bled. They've cried. They've been through all of this. And to feel that between each other on stage during a performance adds an energy to the music that elevates the music to you. And that's why I tell people, smile when you talk. People can hear a smile. People can hear joy. They can hear the happiness and the love that you have for your craft. And these ladies are so natural about that again, it comes off with this, oh man, that looks pretty easy. It's like, no, bro, no, not at all. And before I wrap up, I do want to say this about Psyche's vocals. From the first time I've listened to BandMaid live to this performance here, which was, again, I believe November of 2023, her vocals have thickened. It's the only way I can describe her vocals. Her vocals have gotten wider and thicker. There is a heft to her vocals in this performance that I've not heard before. And it's not a different vocal. It's a progressed vocal. So her English, when she's singing in English, it's not as sharp. It's nice and rich and textured through her vocals. So when she goes between the English and her native language, there's a seamlessness to it that I again, just incredible craftsmanship, that she has found this place where the oceans meet and it creates this wonderful tone that comes through. And again, when she smiles, it lifts. So her vocals not only have this thickness and richness to them, they still, going back to what I said previously about Psyche's vocals, there's such a grace and an elegance and a lightness to her vocals. Even though they're there is still a security that you find in her vocals. And again, these ladies, they raise the bar with each performance. This is the barometer. This is the evolution. This is where this is going, okay? And they're leading the way, along with a couple of others. So thank you very much for that suggestion. BandMaid Unleash, the name of the track. Let me know down below with everything I need to know about it. And if you have a suggestion for a band song or video, get over to the Discord server, left-hand side. You will see YouTube reaction requests. Read the pinned message, drop a link, and a very brief description of your suggestion, and I will get to it when I can. Thank you to Connect 200 Music to See and Aunt Betty's Nut Butter. Thank you to all of you for taking time out of your busy day to give my video a watch and a listen. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification button. Smash the like button. Make sure you're looking out for each other. Make sure you're looking out for your neighbor. Try to do at least one good thing a day. I am Eric Clark, and this is The Wyldeside.